youngins on go there, some good fellas. He can't see no nothing. He a coach stepper. We here to talk. Now, Meek Mill back at it again. I don't know if this was Twitter fingers Meek or he just talking out loud. Sometimes Meek Mill just be doing stuff. Anyways, what's up? What's happening? Big K Bazy, we back in here again. I apologize. Too much shit be happening. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, the summer, bro, I'm back outside. That's my fault, bro. Yeah, I was outside, but not to this extent. And then on birthdays and all this other shit be piling up. So I've been lacking a little bit. Hey, the fall and the winter, I was here. I was giving y'all some content, but you know I got a lot back in, and that is my fault. But anyways, we here to talk about this because Meek Mill believes DJ Akademiks is responsible for a 90% decline in his streams. I thought he was just talking about streams in general because we know Akademiks is beefing with some artists like Lil Baby or whatever, but he's just saying in his streams. Now, this Meek and Akademiks back and forth has been going on for eons and eons at this point. I don't know if this shit was started at the beginning of time or when they was born. They told each other, hey, as you grow up, you're going to meet a person named Livingston Allen. You're going to meet someone called Robert Ramika Williams. I believe that's Meek Mill's real name. And then y'all niggas ain't going to get along. And y'all just gonna talk shit about each other on this internet. I don't know if that was just ordained by a higher power, but hey, these niggas still going at it. I don't know what to say about that at this point. Because Meek Mill sometimes, like, not to say, again, some of it's beef. Sometimes he does have a point, but sometimes he just goes somewhere else. Honestly, these are two niggas that, again, this is where I'd have to look at Ak. Not to say Ak is wrong, because sometimes Meek does be doing too much. But this is where I do have to look at Ak like, bro, just get the nigga up here. Like, say, you know what I mean, bro? You don't like me, I don't like you, alright, nigga. Like, you know, just keep it pushing. That's what I would have did. Because this back and forth, bro, it's been like 10 plus years young niggas been going back and forth. At this point, it's like, alright, what you want? Nigga, the beef with him and Drake is old. Like, I don't know. But anyways. Meek Mill took to, he was on Twitter/X. Okay, so Twitter fingers. We're here to theorize that his declining streams are a result of DJ Akademiks' hate campaigns. Meek Mill and DJ Akademiks have had their run-ins over the years. Almost 10 years ago, Akademiks vowed to stop posting Meek Mill as the artist told him to quit doing so. Since that time, their relationship has remained icy at best. Over the last couple of weeks, Akademiks and his entourage have been under public scrutiny. For instance, the man behind Akademiks TV, George Wynn, we're going to talk about that in a separate case, because that is insane. I never seen it. Yeah, I ain't going to lie. That was crazy. What's going on with you and George Wynn and the whole Charlemagne reporter? Yeah, that shit look crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it does. Has been accused of being a rapist who launches hate campaigns. Oh, sorry, I said rapist, right? He's basically, there's, not that he grapes people, but the other one, he doesn't like certain nationalities, you know. But spaces. You know, spaces. You know what I'm saying? A gracist, I guess is better. But you know what I mean. Who launches hate campaigns against black artists. George Wynn also goes by the screen name Grand Wizard, which is a reference to the Triple K's. Which honestly, I ain't gonna lie, that's a crazy name. Like, if he was a white boy, jeez. That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy, bro. When this got uncovered on X this week, Meek Mill chimed in with a question about Grand Wizard. Furthermore, he accused Akademiks of launching hate campaigns that led to the steep decline of his streams. Meek alleges his streams dropped 90% in 2024, although they have since stabilized. According to Claude, Akademiks is to blame for the... Hey, listen. Meek Mill, I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, Akademiks has a fan base, he has a powerful voice, and yes, your feud with him may have made some people, especially who listen to him, probably made them stop checking for your music. I'm not going to say that there's not maybe some truth or validity there. We can have a conversation because Axe Reach is loud. We can have a conversation about it if you really want to have. I'm just talking about people who like are in Axe ecosystem, like his listeners, his viewers. You know what I'm saying? But in general, Meek, Expensive Pen, I didn't fuck with that shit. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? There was a point, like, yeah, I was there, I was listening to Ak all the time. But even during that Drake shit, I was still checking your shit out. Like, you my favorite artist. You was my favorite artist at the time. I just loved what you stood for. I loved the music you was dropping. Expensive Pain, I didn't like that shit. You had like an EP I enjoyed. I'm cool. But again, yeah, Expensive Pain wasn't that. You had a bit of a fall off. I don't know if it was some label troubles or whatever, but yeah, the music wasn't hitting like that. I'm not gonna say here act like the music was hitting like that. Now again, yes, man, you and Ak have beef. I'm not gonna say that didn't account for nothing, but we're not gonna act like he was putting out quality music and niggas was just ignoring that shit. But anyways. So this is Meek Mill. He says, "Who is Grand Wizard? I've been hearing about you for a minute. I've used Claude and real investigators to ask why my streams declined 89%. Not normal in 2024. It pointed me to Akademiks' campaign. Streams are back normal. By the way, Akademiks, we need answers. Tap in." Oh my gosh. I said we gonna follow everything because it's all documented on the net. It's a hefty accusation and one we're sure Akademiks doesn't take lightly. Having said that, one has to wonder what Ak was doing that would cause 90% of Meek Mill's fans to stop streaming his music. I'm not gonna put that all on Ak. Yes, Ak don't like you. Yes, maybe some of his listeners, when Ak would go on rants about certain artists he don't fuck with, maybe some of them was like, you know what, I ain't fucking with this nigga like that. But I'm not gonna act like there wasn't a decline in the music. There was a bit of a decline. I'm not gonna do that. You know, I'm not gonna do that. It is what it is. It shit happened, you know. You just gotta take that. But we'll see. Akademiks will respond to this. We'll see what happens. Right now, he's loved up with Daphne Joy. You know, he's out here going on dates and shit. So we will get a response. But yeah, Meek, I just feel like we seen that shit when he was going back and forth with Charlamagne. Now you're over here with this academic shit. We'll see what happens. But hey, big dog, I don't know. But we shall see. Besides all that, you already know what it is. It's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ Dick Wilder doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe, and hype you. Trying to hit a little bit more, you heard me. And I'm gone. Shalom, Zoom, Peace, Els gang. Aye.